Connection with the inspirational word for you. This is the Bishop's Connection to the Facebook family and friends. Oh, woo. This is the Bishop's Connection.
Good day to my woo, my Facebook and YouTube family. Welcome to Bishop's Connection. We've talked about the soil and the seed, the sun and the rain. Today, let's talk about the harvest. According to Galatians 6:9, Apostle Paul said, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." You've gone through the process of preparing the soil of your heart. You've sown the seed of God's word. You've endured the elements of the sun and rain. And the only thing left is, beloved, harvest time. Apostle Paul admonishes us not to become weary of doing what's right. You were misread and misunderstood, even when you've been used, mishandled, and even falsely accused when your intentions were meant for good. Beloved, here you are at your due season, your time to harvest what you've sown. But now you're tired, you've become weary of waiting, you are exhausted, you feel like throwing the towel in. Fatigue has set in. You've become disheartened, discouraged, and even disillusioned. Paul says, "We will reap if we faint not," which means losing heart. We will reap if we refuse to give up. Your breakthrough can be so close, yet feel so far away at times. Thomas Edison said, "Many of life's failures are men who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." You see, beloved, you worked too hard. You've given so much of yourself. You've invested so much time to be at the point of reward to allow it to slip through your hands because you lost heart. You've have disappointed defeat and surprised disaster. The Lord, beloved, listen, is with you and brought deliverance. In Joshua 24, God's people were confronted by their enemies, large armies of great feet. God told them, "You won't defeat them with your sword and not your bow." Listen to what God said in verse 13. He said, "I have given you a land which you did not labor, and cities you didn't build, and you live in them, and of vineyards and olive yards that you did not plant, and you eat from it." You see, beloved, God is ready to give you something I call a sweatless victory. Did you hear what I just said? A sweatless victory. Just because he's a good father, he will give you a harvest that you didn't sow to possess, because the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. The condition to possess this kind of harvest is given to us in Joshua 24, verses 14 through verse 15. He says, "Serve only him with a genuine heart and be obedient." Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 19 tells us, "If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land." Beloved, get ready to receive the blessing of the Lord. It maketh you rich and addeth no sorrow with it. It's time to reap your harvest. Thank you for tuning in to Bishop's Connection with your host, Bishop Dr. Henry R. Williams. Remember to do 3 things for me: like, comment, and share. Allow me to pronounce the blessing upon you before we dismiss from today's lesson. May the shalom of God be upon you and your family. Love, peace, and blessings. Remember to remain safe and know that Pastor Gwen and I love you immensely and are praying for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Same place, same time. May the rest of your week be prosperous and filled with the Lord's favor and blessings.
This is the Bishop's Connection with the inspirational word for you. This is the Bishop's Connection to the Facebook family and friends. Oh, woo. This is the Bishop's Connection.